Scott Morgan here, Michigan Sports Radio. Joining me tonight is Coach Shane Balcom of the Broncos varsity girls volleyball. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Coach, if you can give us a kind of a synopsis of this season and go from there.
Well, started out, every year you start out, we had a lot of young girls this year. So you kind of start out a little bit slow, but we had 3 tournaments in 5 days in the beginning of the year. We hosted our own, and we ended up winning it, which was good for us. But we struggled on and off, and we've had our good weeks, we've had our bad weeks, just struggling with our age. And finally, when it starts coming to, then of course the old injury bug comes up. So, but throughout the year, they've played well. We've played really well for especially the age, like I said. Don't ever want to use that as an excuse, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, this year we ended up not winning conference for the first time in 5 years.
Oh,
it's pretty tough. It was pretty tough on the girls because when you win 5 in a row, that's your main goal every year coming in. And the 2 teams that split for the first, we lost both times to them, and it wasn't for a lack of effort and everything because we played them really well. Spring Lake come out of nowhere really this year and played well, which kind of had an idea, and we had a chance to beat them. We had a chance to beat them that last time to give us a chance to share it, but it just didn't happen. Catholic Central was the other team that split with Spring Lake, and they played us tough, and we had trouble with them. So hats off to both those teams for taking the conference championship this year, because it was a loaded conference on the top. There was the top 4 teams all were ranked in the state throughout the year. So,
well, wonderful. Your best moment of the season?
The best moment, of course, winning in the beginning of the year. Our tournament at home, girls played really well. And then like I mentioned, the 3 tournaments in 5 days, we went to Grand Haven, and we played Grand Haven, which is one of those teams that just their name says everything. It's a good program. He has a great program over there. And just kind of talk to the girls, like, are you tired of losing to like a Grand Haven? So all these girls played them when they were on JV or stuff like that, and they just got this determination on them against them, and they beat them. They beat them at their own tournament, that showed me right there. Okay, we're coming along. Then during the middle of the season, we were clicking well. We had that 6'2" middle, Abby Olin, and she became a beast. And when she did that, it changed everything about our team, because once you have a 6'2" girl in the middle that's pretty much your go-to player, everybody has to block her. So as soon as everybody's trying to double block her, it opens up the pins on the outside. So it just made us more dynamic, and that was a changing point for us to everybody look around and go, you know what, we can be a pretty good team.
Well, wonderful. We have seasons over, or regular seasons over. Now you have conference or districts. Who'd you draw in districts, and when do you play?
Districts that come out a few months ago, and we drew first round against Forest Hills Eastern. Our district is basically a conference tournament because Comstock Park, West Catholic, Grand Rapids Catholic Central, and us. So of the 6 teams, there's 4 teams from our conference.
Okay.
We pretty much drew the hardest thing you could draw. You draw Forest Hills Eastern, and then sitting on the bye next to that is Catholic Central, which Catholic Central has beaten us twice this year. And then on the other side of the bracket, you have Comstock Park and West Catholic. But you kind of have to give the nod to West Catholic because the district is at West Catholic.
Okay.
So for us to win conference, to win districts, we have 3 really tough opponents to beat. Which to say, you can do it. Tried to talk to these girls a couple of years ago. We had to go through our district against Fruitport, and you had Spring Lake in there and Whitehall, and it's just getting them to believe. But you don't have to beat them all in one day.
No.
Just beat it. You got to beat the one that's in front of you that day. So we're focusing tomorrow on Forest Hills Eastern. So.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. Thanks for taking the time out here to talk with us, and hopefully by the end of it, you've played those 3 teams tough, and you've been able to come out on the victory side. But
definitely next week.
We'll keep you watching. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Coach.
Thank you. Yeah. Hopefully next Friday we'll practice.